It's the season of giving. The season of hopes. Dreams, promises, Purdy promises. A lot
Mhm.
of Heineke and eggnog going around. But we got to get down to the bang bang Niner game. They say the Niners went up against one of their toughest opponents this season. A team that was coming in hot. A lot of controversy within one of these franchises, and they thought they were going to San Francisco, and they thought they were going to pull this one out. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about the Commanders versus the 49ers.
Mhm.
I just got to get you guys' reaction on the game. Like I caught up on it because I was too busy. I had to focus on other things. So I'm gonna let you guys take it away. Should we go with winners first or should we go with losers last? I'm gonna go with Joe. Take it away,
All right,
Joe.
let's get it. All right, let's go. So, all right. First off, congratulations, David. You won the game. Give you props for that. All right, you guys earned that W. Now, just like that Giants game that we lost, I'm feeling pretty good though. I'm feeling pretty good. As long as my man Ron Rivera made the right decision going forward. Now I understand he pulled Taylor Heineke out that game and put Carson Wentz in. I hope going forward we continue to go with Taylor Heineke. I thought he played pretty well that game. Obviously, he turned the ball over a couple of times, but we gotta understand that's the number one defense in the NFL. So we can't really measure he can't really, bench this man going forward off of a performance like that against a number one defense. He played well though. He made some great throws. He was slinging the ball, pass back and forth, right down the field, and we just couldn't capitalize in big moments like that fourth down stop they had on us. I'm okay with that call. I would be also okay with taking the points because we trust our defense, to play well, just take the points. But I'm okay with the call. We didn't get it. 49ers did a great job stopping us on our fourth down on those four downs. Also, him going for it on our own territory. I wasn't really a huge fan of that, but I understood, which I really understood almost, but I was okay with it. And they another good job by the 49ers. So when I look at that game, the score doesn't really tell the story. I don't know if David agree with that. The score was 37-20, but I'm not going to say the game that was the game. You got to look at it. We did a good job with them all first half. They had one great play for real. What two? One with George Kittle, he broke out. Brandon Ayuk did get a first down. But outside of that, that 80 some yard or 70 some yard run that they broke out for the touchdown. But outside of that, I thought we did a good job. My man Chase Young came back. He looked like himself, making a big effect on the game. Now, what killed us was like a couple of plays, George Kittle. Derek Forrest, man. George Kittle straight up the middle. Derek Forrest being greedy, reading the QB eyes, digging in, and then George Kittle just went right past him, wide open touchdown. And I think after that touchdown, it kind of like opened the game up for us, and then Taylor Hawkins started turning the ball over. But I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. You know, I didn't expect us, David, to average 5 yards, 6 yards of carry. We averaged like 3 yards of carry against the Eagles, or probably less than that, right? But the fact that it was effective, and I thought that we ran the ball effectively. Our numbers did get skewed because of that fourth down stance y'all had on us. We had four runs straight that really didn't went nowhere, but we were able to throw the ball on y'all. So one thing I did realize we do play out again. That's something we can lean on because one thing I could say, I don't think y'all DBs can stay in front of our receivers. We just need a quarterback that can constantly give it to him with accurate passes. So good win though. You got the floor.
All right. So appreciate the respect that you gave my team. Um, Big shout out to the Commanders. They definitely did play well in the first half. I do agree with that part for sure. But second half is a different story. I gotta say that. So Tom, I don't know if you remember, but Joe did say that we're not a good second half scoring team. How
I
much did we
do.
score in the
I
second half?
recall that. I recall that. I recall.
How much did we score in the second half?
I think like almost 90% of your points.
Yeah, it was 30
30.
points, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brian Robinson had how many rushing yards?
Oof. Man, did he have like 12 maybe? I think
Stop.
No, he had more than that. But
22.
their team total didn't run for 100 yards. So that's why we're the number one rushing defense in the league. Number one in yards, number four in QBR. Yeah, I do understand that Tyler Heineke did have a good game as far as passing the ball, and we're number one in points. You know how many times we've allowed someone to score 20 plus points this year? Three
20
times.
plus or 20?
20 plus.
Oh,
20,
more than 20.
20 and up. Three
Oh,
times.
we got 20, so we good. Go ahead.
You got 20, but you're the one team that took the L when you put a 20.
Oh.
The other two teams was Kansas City, who we lost to, of course, and Atlanta. Those are the only three teams that we've allowed 20 plus for. Everyone else has scored less than that. Now, I have a certain message. Well, before I get to that message, I gotta come at you again, Joe, because you was talking about Brock Purdy, how you wasn't so impressed about him. So he may not be great, but how many quarterbacks have had 100 plus quarterback rating in 3 straight games in their first 3 games of their career?
How many?
It's only been 2. Dan Marino and Brock Purdy. So Purdy had 234 yards, 2 touchdowns, and the pick wasn't even his fault. That was because it came off of Juwan Jennings' hands. So for that, he would have been mistake-free yesterday. So I definitely got to give him some props for that. And you already mentioned the 2 4th down stops, so I don't need to talk about my defense for that part. So now, I have a specific Eagles fan that I have to say something to. Because he wanted to say that they had the better defense because they had more sacks and more turnovers. Do you know there are 5 teams that have more turnovers than we are? No, we're not turnovers, but more sacks than we do. That is Philly, who leads the league in 61. Props to you. But New England has 50.
Whoa.
Dallas has 49. Kansas City has 45, and Baltimore has 44, and we have 41. Now, out of those teams, which defense you think is better now?
Good question.
And I'm a Cowboy fan, so I gotta say it's y'all.
Yeah, it's y'all.
It's definitely y'all.
So that defeats that. So sacks, that's the number, but that doesn't tell you exactly who's a better defense. So turnovers. Okay. Now you've been leading the league in turnovers all year, so you should be winning by a landslide, correct? Philly has 26 as a team total. We have 22. So is that a big gap? Nope. And like I said before, we're number 1 in yards, number 1 in rushing, number 4 in QBR, number 1 in points. I think points is what matters more when it comes to being a great defense. You know, we are the only team other than Baltimore to not allow 20 plus points in 7 straight games. 2000 Ravens defense had did that.
Wow.
And
they made a documentary about them.
Exactly. And now we're doing that. So that's pretty much all I really had to say for that. So I'm definitely excited that we got that win. Now we're on the road to Vegas, so we got to focus on the Raiders, which I believe is a trap game, but that's something we'll talk about another time. So bang, bang, Niner game. Let's go. 8-game win streak.
I mean, I don't really have too much to say about this game. I kind of said it when we all met the last time that the 49ers was going to show improve. Like, I want all of our teams to make the playoffs, Joe. I want all of the teams in the division to make the playoffs. But y'all road is real rocky. It's getting real rocky. And the Packers stole one. The Lions is winning. It's getting ugly when you do the ESPN playoff predictor. It's like, it's gonna come down. It might come down to that Dallas game. I mean, y'all want some favors? We can throw you a favor, to get in the playoffs. But they held y'all to 80 yards rushing total. 79 to be exact. Y'all got the Purdy. Like, your defense showed up. I can say that Chase got there. He got the Purdy 3 times. I had a couple keys to the game. I thought y'all was gonna stop. Y'all needed to stop the yak. That didn't happen because George Kittle got a couple plays. It was a bad day for your linebackers and your safeties. Like, this would be a bad week for Mark to come on here and talk about y'all got the best safeties in the league, because it was a couple plays where, you guys were there, but they also got there and then was gone. There was a lot of promise. It was a lot of promise in the beginning. Like I said, I watched the first quarter and it was 0-0. I was like, oh, this is going to be a dogfight. Okay, the Commanders showed up, and then boom, the 49ers defense just kicked it into high gear. They must have hit the NOS button or something, because they took off and you all were nowhere to be found after that. And this is not me just like throwing dirt on you all. You all are giving Heineke the short end of the stick. I'm gonna keep defending this kid. Like I truly believe that if he had an off season where he could work with an actual quarterback coach and get the proper reps, he can get y'all to where y'all need to be. Because there were like 4 or 5 throws that game. It was one to Dotson where he dropped it. The sun got in his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
It could have been a little bit to the outside, but hey, Dotson still had it. He still had it. There was 2 or 3 touchdowns. One that he threw to McLaurin that was like in the pocket, like in between the 1 and the 7, right there, touchdown. Then there was a back pass, to the touchdown to Dotson. We threw it, in the red zone. There's just a couple throws where this kid just shows you promise. He just needs the time, and that's the one interception he threw. That was bad. One of them, it was just bad. It was just like, what are you looking at? He like literally just threw it directly to the 49er player, and that was the game ender right there. But Christian McCaffrey really didn't go off that much. George Kittle went off.
It's George Kittle.
It was Kittle. Like, that was insane. But I think you all have way more turmoil going forward because of the quarterback situation and because of Ron not making a solid decision on what he needs to do. It's going to keep you all in the uproar. But all in all, it was a good game up until the second half. I got to give you that. You all had a fight. All
right, I got to disagree with something because you said Chase Young played well. He only had 2 tackles.
No, I said that Rush played well.
Okay,
Chase played.
Go ahead, David. Go ahead.
Chase Young. He only had 2 tackles, and he didn't have a quarterback hit at all. So he didn't get it to him.
The numbers don't tell the whole story. And Chase Young didn't even play the whole game. He only played like 18 snaps.
I said he didn't play that many.
When he played, he had 2. I think he had 1 deflection off the screen. Mm-hmm. He had those 2 tackles were key. It was both on the run, I think.
It was
on minimum games, and he had I think he had like 2 QB rushes. I'm not mistaken. All right, but Chase Young, and he brought the energy. Like I say, he made an impact on defense. He had energy, but had the energy. But I'm going to address something you said.
I was only addressing him saying that he got to Purdy 3 times. He never touched Purdy.
I said the defense got to him. I didn't say Chase. I said that Rush. The Rush got to him. I never said anything about Chase.
You was right.
I said he looked good. You know what I mean? That's what I said. But look, Tombo, defend Mark. Cam Curl didn't play. He said the best duo safety. Cam Curl is our best safety. He didn't play yesterday, which is unexpected. I didn't know he wasn't playing until the game started. Also, it's my Derek Forrest. Derek Forrest, it was his fault, though, that gave that Kittle touchdown. And St. Juice is hurt. So, that's why it's important for us to get this playoff spot early so we can probably, we need the Lions to lose next week, the Green Bay Packers to lose next week, and the Seahawks. And they all play some formidable opponents except for the Lions, and we got to take it with the Browns. And we got to win in the playoffs because St. Juice was hurt. I can tell when he was checking Brandon Ayuk, he was hurt, so but he got an ankle injury. But we all good. We good. It's a good team. You feel me? I actually had us losing to this team before the season started, but I had to pick us because we behind the 8 ball. We lost to the Giants. I didn't expect that to happen. But we got the Browns next week. I'm feeling good.
Hey, man. Look, at the end of the day, you all showed that you all have grit, tenacity. You went up against a 3rd-string quarterback. All the stuff that people say about their teams when they lose, what I mean? They just bring up all that stuff.
Man, it's a system for real. But Brock Purdy doing a good job, but Kyle Shanahan's a genius. And look, thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.